Hi guys, I know, I apologise, I am late. It is like 33 minutes past, so I'm about 3 minutes late. Yeah, I just had some trouble with Google Hangouts and it wasn't loading for some reason. I have got a lot of tabs open though, so it could have been that. We haven't got anyone in as of yet. I just need to go and do this. Get the chat up. 1 second. Just click that off. Right then, I've got the chat up now. I will just go back to my screen and see where I am in the actual screen. Oh, we've got 8 viewers now. God, that jumped up quickly. It was like 0 viewers and then it was like 8 viewers. Yeah, I'm all right here, aren't I? I'm in the frame and everything. So I've got a few pickups to show you. And I forgot that last week I didn't ask for anyone's topic. So I've chosen my own topic this week because there's a few things this week that have cropped up that have made me think of this topic. And obviously Daniel's coming back tomorrow, so hopefully I can persuade him to do a little bit on the Reseller Comedy Short number 2, but we shall see. If not, I'll be able to get some vlog footage in there or something anyway. So yeah, so that sort of made me think of him and think of socializing and all that sort of stuff. Chris Royal actually commented on the post I put in the reselling group, basically saying resellers don't have social lives, and that is exactly true. I don't have a social life, and that is why I wanted to talk about it in one respect, because a young guy like me should have a social life, and I'm not really one to go out to clubs or anything like that, so I don't really have that in terms of a social life. Generally, just the people in charity shops, things like that, that is my social life and my family. And I wanted to sort of talk about that. Obviously, with Danny coming back, I'll obviously be a bit more social with him. I'm going to take it a bit more easy over the next week or so. Just like, when or if I have kids, I'll take it easy when they're off, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I sort of just wanted to address that a little bit, address being social as a reseller and not sort of just being social with the ladies in your charity shop or your family and stuff like that, and maybe making a conscious effort to actually be more social and dedicate at least a little bit of time off. Because again, I know I'm coming back to the time off thing again, but it's something I really do struggle with, and it's something I think as the weeks go by, it's something that's really coming more and more to the front of my mind. So yeah, anyway, I'll look in the chat. I've not looked in the chat. We've got 19 people watching now. Oh, hang on a sec. Right, there we go. We have Treasure Pirate, we have Chrissy, we have David, we have Doc D Doolittle. I can't even say that. Doc D Doodle Do. We have Linda, we have Aaron, we have Andrew, we have Stephen, and we have Kirsten, and we have Philippa, and we have, oh God, there's loads of people. Sandra, Cumbria Reseller, which is Andy, Get Down with Jim, Zach is in there. Oh my God, we're all flooding in, aren't we? We're all flooding in. And Pete, right, that's it. I'm not going to say any, oh yeah, I'm Neil. Right, I'm not going to say any more hellos because it'll just take forever, won't it? I mean, I'm one of them people who really wants to say hello to everyone in the chat. So if ever, like, I get a really big audience, 150, 200, 300 people watching, I'd be terrible. I'd just be saying hi to everyone in the chat. That'd be about the entire show. I just want to say Lonnie is in there as well, Kaylee, and yeah, that's it. Right, okay, I'm not going to do any more highs. So yeah, socializing as a reseller, feel free to put your chat in the old chat. And also, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, and also, can someone suggest a topic for next week's episode? Just, whack it in the chat now. Anyone can do it. Just anyone in the chat, whack a comment in there for a topic for next week's episode, because I forgot to do it at the end of last week. So I think I'll forget this week if I don't do it now. Right then, I think the isolation of being a reseller is real, but I think it's something you've got to work at. Yeah, it is, and that's what I'm sort of saying. Like, I don't work at it. I do not work at the isolation. I don't. what am I trying to say? I don't try to get out of that isolation. I don't try to socialize with anyone except like the ladies at the charity shop or my family. And it's very, I don't have, and my dad said this to me, and my mum said this to me, and loads of different people have said it, but I don't really have anyone of a similar age to me to socialize with. And that is a big thing at my age. At my age, it is a massive thing. When you're a little bit older, you've maybe got a partner, and you maybe see your friends every now and then, who you knew from your childhood. That's fine. But for me at my age, this is the time I need to be socializing more. And that's why it's, sort of come to me in the last week. And especially, as I say, with Danny coming back from uni, it's one of those things, that just comes to the front of your mind and you think, I need to make a conscious effort to be a little bit more social. And as I say, I'm going to have some sort of relaxation, or not necessarily full time off, but just a little bit more relaxed over the next week or so, maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5 days, something like that, around that sort of period. And just sort of take it easy and just do a little bit more socializing and make an effort. So we have Sandra, how to set targets topic for next week. Great. Yeah, that's fine. I actually think how to smash targets, David says. I actually think I've got it ingrained into me now from college, how to set smart targets. Like we were told, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound, or there's loads of other different words, in place of those words, but that's the one I got taught. And I actually do think I have it ingrained in me now. So even when I'm just thinking about how many I'm going to list in a day, I'm thinking to myself, is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it realistic? And what sort of time am I going to set on it? Usually it's 24 hours, the day, or, the rest of the day. So till 12 p.m. at night, So, 12 p.m. at night, 12 a.m. at night. I was just thinking, is that right? 12 p.m. at night, 12 a.m. at night. And yeah, I don't know. I just seem to do it, and it flows really well. And I'm really quite good now at setting those targets. So yeah, right. Have a day off and don't do reselling stuff on that day. Yeah. Oh my God, you don't know how hard it is. If I were to have a day off, right, like around here in Lostock, right, and I'll go round to my friends or whatever, that's great. But then I start getting itchy, and then I'm like, what can we do? I'm bored. What? Oh, I don't know what to do. And then when I end up going into town or go somewhere and try and do something, but the one thing is there's always charity shops there, or I might have a picture on my phone that I can list quickly, and it's so easy to slip back into that gear, into work again. So I get what you're saying, Sandra. It is as simple as that. It is scheduling a day to have off and then doing it, having it off, not doing reselling. But inside my mind, it's like, whoa, I can't do it. It doesn't fathom with me. It doesn't. Oh, anyway, I don't know. I think it will be easier as time progresses, and I think that I do feel like I am starting to get to a point now where it's needed, like it is actually needed. So yeah, and I think having that time off, or having maybe just a dedicated, and I was thinking this the other day actually, just having a dedicated day of the week off, just like literally saying that day you're off. You can go to a charity shop if you want to, or you can do a couple of listings if you want to, but that day, you need to maybe get a new hobby or just do something with friends and just have that day, just that day. And if you want to, if you want to go to a charity shop, that's fine. I've actually thought, and I might do this, is just literally saying on a live stream, someone in the chat choose a day, and then I'll have it off every week. I've thought about doing that because I've got the freedom to do that. I don't need to take a Saturday or a Sunday off. I mean, I could take a Monday off, or I wouldn't like to take a Sunday off because of the car boots. Or a Tuesday, a Tuesday, because if I'm doing the auctions more regularly, I wouldn't want a Tuesday off. So yeah, you need to take time out, otherwise you will burn out, and life is far too short to be working, selling tap 20. It is, exactly. I couldn't agree more, Neil. The reason I generally don't burn out, like completely burn out, is because it's like I'm off every day. And I've said this a lot, you know, I always say this, but I generally have hours off and stuff like that. But it's more like my work is just being sort of fitting when it can. Like, I'll be watching TV at night and then I'll be listing, and it feels like I'm off. And it's like, that's why I don't generally burn out, because well, a lot of the time I think I don't work enough in my day. I do like a slow burn in my day. Like, I'll work like the 12 hours, but I'll just slow burn it and have like long breaks and stuff like that. So really, have I worked the 12 hours properly, you know, all in? Probably not. But I've still got enough done during the day on that slow burn approach. But as you always say to me, is that working smart? No, it's not working smart. It's not working smart. So what I maybe need to do is cut that down and give myself a proper cut-off time, and you know, and then actually work properly, like full on, for a certain amount of hours, and then that's it. And then at night time I do what I want, or you know, whenever it is I do what I want. But I find that so hard. I don't know why I find it so hard to stop. You should be having it off every week at your age, Ed. What does that mean? Is that dirty, or is that just you should be having a day off? I'm terrible with these things. How come I can't see I'm talking? Aaron says he can't see he's talking in the chat. I can't see you. I can see you a little bit. Aaron, I saw you when you said thank you, Philippa, but that's all I've seen. So I don't know. I've met a couple of fellow YouTube resellers via YouTube. Oh, I know, that's what I'd love to do that. I was walking into the house after the charity shop just then, well, about an hour ago, and I thought, you know what, it would be really nice to do, would be, because I've saved all my AdSense money up. I've saved all my AdSense money and all my Amazon associate money up, and it would probably just about, over the past 18 months of doing YouTube, it would probably just about pay for a fairly bog standard meal for like maybe 5-6 of us. And I really have thought this when I was walking through the door. Wouldn't it be nice if I got together with 5 or 6 of the YouTube resellers who I talk to outside of YouTube and I'm fairly friendly with, and we had a meal from our AdSense money? And the reason I thought of that was because I don't know whether it's true or not, but when Nick and all the others had a meet up and we had that meal, Tom put a post in the group and he said, sponsored by AdSense as in the meal. And it triggered when I was going through the door, and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be a good idea for me to do? So I don't know, but yeah, I thought that, but yeah, I would like to meet another couple of, fellow YouTube resellers. Well, I'll go back down the chat now. You need a partner to have it off. Yeah, that's the problem. I need to have it off to find a partner, and then, well, no, all I need is a partner, because then, if she enjoys reselling, it's like I'm social with her in my reselling. We can work together, and that's cool because we can get more done. Hopefully, the dynamic will be okay. Might be a little bit jittery at the start, you know, the first year or two, but then hopefully it'll smoothen out. And I don't know. I think like having a partner might help it. Lonnie says AdSense. Oh my god, that's great. Neil and Caroline only do 5-star restaurants. Oh great. My first live chat episode, says Miss Chick. Welcome. Ads, having it off is something that begins with S. Yeah, I know. I thought that, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just thought he meant something different. But anyway, like having a day off. I don't know. I used to have a really dirty mind, but now I'm just completely clear. Hi, gang, says Slim Pickings. Hi there. Yeah. So anyone have any more chat about socializing. Do you guys socialize a lot? Do you guys socialize a lot even though you're resellers? Do you maybe go to a club? Do you have a hobby? Do you, I don't know. I mean, I think a club might be really good, whether it's to do with exercise or whatever, really. I think a club would be really good for a reseller. You know, a reseller has a very lonely career, and I think a club outside of reselling that you do once a week or twice a week, whether it be, you know, karate or whatever, you know, I don't know, there's tons of different club ideas, or learning a new language or whatever it is. I think that would be perfect, the perfect hobby for a reseller, doing some sort of club, because you've got this little group that you socialize with then, and then you can meet them outside of a group and get chatting and all that sort of stuff. Because as I said, I'm not the kind of guy for clubs and stuff like that. And I mean, when I say a club, I mean a club as in, like, you know, an educational club, not a club like a nightclub, because I'm not the kind of person for nightclubs. So I think I'd gravitate towards an educational club of some sort. So I think that might be a good option for socializing for a lot of people, you know. Book things in. Oh, book things in, Sandra says. Cinema or lunch or something. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying about the whole slow burn thing, about how I resell. When I'm in town, sometimes me and my mum will get lunch out, or me and my grandma will get lunch out and things like that. And we just treat it as a very social thing. You know, it's like we do the charity shops, but it's nice and slow. We take our time. It's like, oh, what's it like? It's sort of like having a Friday feeling, you know, just that, like, you know, you're laissez-faire, you're not really going for anything, but obviously I'm looking in the charity shops and I'm mulling everything over, but I spend more time in the charity shops when I'm with my grandma or when I'm with someone else, and I just enjoy it, you know. So that's what I'm talking about when I do the slow burn thing, you know, every day. So right, here we go. Let's go down. God, we're so behind the chat. Going to Reseller Rally in Chicago, is that social? That is very social, Lonnie. We would need that in this country, something like that. We would need like a year. Now, Lonnie, is that going to be yearly, annually? Or is it just a trialing this one and then you see how it goes? But yeah, that would be good. We need like a yearly place where we meet up for resellers, but it's one of them things, like, you could invite too many people, or it could get out of hand, or you know, things like that. Like, I've been to a few house parties that got very, very out of hand, and it was in the local paper actually the day after, where there was this barn party, and we went in, and I went in with a friend who was under 18. He's over 18 now, but he was under 18 at the time. And, you know, it started off with, I don't know, 50 people. And then it got to like 100, and then like 200, and then it was over 200. Then the police came out, and it was just crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And people were drunk, and we were all walking down this road at about 2 a.m. And we were all just stumbling down this road, a big gang of us, like tons of people. And yeah, the police were monitoring us. It was funny, but that's what I'm saying, when it can like get out of hand if you have like too many people there. But I suppose they were teenagers, and this is adults who are talking generally about reselling and just having a couple of drinks or whatever. So yeah, I suppose it won't get that bad, but yeah, funny story that was. I have a 5-year-old child, so not much socializing here, but I do have a day off and try to have an hour to myself on that day. I'm sure you've done this, but like, I suppose you could meet with other mums and have a coffee with them or whatever. And I don't know. I'm thinking, like, if I had a wife or I had a partner and they were pregnant or they had a child, you know, that's what I would do. I'd say to them, I'd suggest to them, you know, why don't you meet with some other mums who are in the same boat as you, you know, once a week, have a bit of a coffee, a chat. I'm sure you do it already, but that's a great way of socializing, you know, if you've got a baby. So, I mean, it's like the dads all meet at the park, don't they? And they all sit on the bench and have a complain about how tired they are from the kids and all that sort of stuff. You know, I watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of TV and a lot of movies, so that's why I know all this stuff, or I think I know all this stuff at least. I don't know. I've never experienced it in life myself, but yeah. But here we go. Get down the gym. There's lots of fit girls at the car boots that I go to, but not where I go to. It's all older women. Was that not around $500 a ticket? No, it was like $129 a ticket to Reseller Rally, wasn't it? No way, not $500 a ticket. It was not. It was $200 a ticket maximum. I did go on the site, but I can't remember whether there was a price on there. I don't know. I went on the site before it went live, you know, the ticket sales. So, Ads, do you feel like you are socializing right now, or does it feel one way? It's weird. It feels like you're here, because in one respect it feels like you're here. I don't know, it's so hard to describe. Like, it doesn't feel completely like I'm socializing, but I know that if I just stood here like this, like forever, it would just feel weird, because I know you're there. I know you're at the camera, so it's like you can see me, but it's like you are here. It's literally, if I was to stand here and ignore you, it feels as if I'm ignoring a person. So I suppose, yes, it does feel like I'm socializing right now. And oh my God, when people say that YouTube is a huge thing for socializing, it is. It really, really is. I mean, I can't even explain it. It's just so nice just to come on here and talk to people, even though I'm not really actually talking to you. But I sort of am, like, via the chat. But I mean, I'm not actually talking to you sort of face to face, or I wanted to say mouth to mouth, but that just sounds a bit odd. Yeah. So what have we got? Philippa, how about going to college in the evening, maybe a photography course or something? Now, a photography or a filmography course, that, you know, something like that would help me with my YouTube. So I have a sort of interest in that, or a gravitation towards that. The other one is learning a language, as I mentioned before. I'd love to learn a language. The other slight, not barrier to entry, but something to consider is cost as well. I'm not too worried about that, but it's a factor, you know. But if the funny thing is, you could meet someone who is like a lifelong friend, or is like the love of your life at one of these events, and you're like me saying now, oh well, it's £10 a week or something like that, I'm not going to go, is essentially me losing out on that, losing out on that friend, or losing out on that, that love. So that's how I think about everything. I try to take up a lot of opportunities now, because I think more, it's not that I necessarily completely wholly believe in fate. I do believe in some sort of side of it, but not like completely wholly believe in it. I'm more the kind of guy who is like, like with reselling, you go out and you go to so many charity shops or car boots, and you're guaranteed, if you put in the work and you're gonna get something. I'm kind of like that, but I do kind of think in love there is some sort of distant thing of fate, or something pulling you in a direction. I do feel something like that, just because of past experiences I've had, and things that are very, very weird as well that I've experienced, like a lot of people have. Just things like, you think, oh my God, how the hell did that happen? And how did it happen in such a weird, amazing way, fluid motion, and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I've experienced some weird stuff in terms of almost fate-like. Right, here we go. 120, David. Oh, I was so close. I think I said 129. Boom, so close. I see it. I think it's a see how it goes thing. Yeah. What are you in? What area are you in? Northwest of England. So if we're talking for Lonnie, I am based. I'm sort of where Seattle is, or just shy of where Seattle is, just so then I can put it into context for you, Lonnie. In terms of, England, not the UK. I'm not at the top of Scotland here, but I'm like the top of England here. Well, not quite at the top, but I'm at like the left-hand side near the top of England. So it's sort of where Seattle is, give or take, you know, if we were doing it, if we were mapping that onto the US. But I just wanted to put it in context for Lonnie. Miss Chick, somewhere between Mars and Jupiter, I think. Oh my God. I'm getting cramp sat on your table. I'm getting cramp. Oh, I get it, because I said it feels like you're here. Oh, that's great. Right, here we go. Show name mouth to mouth with ads. Show name mouth to mouth with ads. That's great. Have you ever checked out the local business groups, meetings near you? We have a few around here where small business owners meet up. Now that's a nice idea. Obviously, going into a bit of a new branch of socializing is meeting resellers at car booths. We all know, you know, you see your regulars then, you give them a bit of a nod, you say hi. And, you know, I had a bit of a chat with one the other week who I've seen around, but I've never really had a chat with. And I know it's sort of like your competition. It does feel like that to me. You know, I always look at him like, you know, I'm going to get some good stuff this week, you know, and you're going to go home with slightly less than me. And that's just, you know, fair competition, just having a bit of rivalry. But, you know, in one respect, you know, they're only a competition at the car boot. They're a person in real life, and, you know, they're a person at the car boot, but you get what I mean. They're a person outside, you know, they're a person outside the car boot, they're a person inside the car boot. But what I'm talking about is the more your competition in the car boot. But outside of that, you know, they're most probably a nice person. You could go and you can socialize with them, meet up outside the car boots, all this sort of stuff. Like, we are all friends. In one respect, we're all competition because we sell on eBay and we sell similar stuff and probably have some sort of crossover as well with the same stuff. But look at us all. We're all communicating. We're all being a community, and people will actually help each other. And that's what I've always found really nice, but I've always found quite bizarre about the reselling community. I never knew there would be, before I did reselling, I never thought there would be a community of resellers who are all not really affiliated with each other, in one respect, who are competition and are working together in such a way. I just think it's amazing. I mean, it was bizarre at first, but I do think it's amazing that all these people connect together and help each other out. And I think as a collective and as individual businesses, it helps us all out, you know. But I just couldn't fathom it at the start, you know. But yeah, so that's that anyway. So meeting people at car boots, all that sort of stuff, other resellers, socializing with them. There is something I want to ask as well in a minute. How does your anxiety come into play with meeting new people, or is it not a factor? Well, let me tell you now, I've not quite got sweaty palms or anything, but Thursday talks is quite hard for me to do sometimes. And you'll see, like, I'm pulling my belt there, and like sometimes I'll do this. Sometimes I'll do this, or I'll just twiddle my hair. And that is an anxiety. That is the anxiety coming through in sort of physical little ways. And like right now, I'm all right. But and this is just talking to a screen. That is all I'm doing. All I'm doing is talking to a screen. Yeah, I feel a little bit like that, you know, a little bit uneasy. So talking to people, it's actually okay. I've always been, and this is what frustrates me. And YouTube has always been, I've always been myself. I don't let the anxiety rule me on YouTube. Sometimes I'm a little bit lower than myself when I'm not on YouTube. You know, less out there, all that sort of stuff. But the out there person is me coming through. That is me. And if you go back to like my early videos on my channel and you look at those videos, like even after this one, if you've got a little bit of time, you will see all of these things that I'm mentioning with my hair and like pulling things and pulling my t-shirt. And that was because when I started my YouTube channel, I was deep in the disease that I had, the Lyme disease. I was deep in, well, we don't know it was Lyme disease, but it was some sort of disease, but we couldn't detect it in time. You know, my body has already fought it off. But you can actually see those things in quite a lot of detail. And as my YouTube channel progressed, I got more and more outspoken. I became more and more myself because I progressed my YouTube as the disease was going away. And now I'm left with the residual anxiety, but that's not too bad. So basically my YouTube channel has documented my progress with this disease as well, which is quite amazing in a way, but no one really sees it because I'm very good at hiding it now. Even the bits of anxiety. But let me tell you this, if I'm on a live stream, I am anxious, but you just won't know it. And I've been like really bad. I've been really bad on some live streams, and I've just had to get through it. And live streams with people and stuff like that, with other people, other YouTubers, other resellers, I've been pretty bad on, but I've got through it because at the end of the day, I want to do YouTube, and nothing should stop me from doing that, and nothing should stop me being myself. So, yeah. In terms of, I know I'm sort of just rambling off now, but in terms of your actual question, meeting new people face to face isn't that bad. I've always been a socialite. I love being social at the same time as I love being solitude. I'm a very weird person. I like being on my own and I like socializing. I'm very, very weird. And yeah, with people, I'm fine. I am. I have to say, like with with people I meet on the street or anything like that, it might be a little bit of a factor, but it's not that bad. It's not a major thing or anything like that. Like when I'm at the car boot, I wouldn't be able to do car boots, would I? I mean, if I wasn't bad socializing. And therefore, meeting new people, socializing with people, it's fine. It really is. Garage Flips Lonnie says, I was nervous wreck when I started YouTube. You look comfortable, ads. Yeah, it's built up over time. I mean, I was always comfortable doing YouTube, and that sort of helped when I started. But I was still a bit nervous, and you can tell, as I say, if you go back to my earlier videos, you can tell I was a little bit off. But I think everyone is. I mean, everyone is. If you look at anyone's first video, they're all even the big time YouTubers. A lot of those big time YouTubers, they started off really nervous and really shaky, and now they're crazy. They're so comfortable in front of the camera. So you have to push yourself through anxiety or it takes hold. I agree 100%, Kirsten. I couldn't tell you how much I agree with that statement. It's one of the, again, hair. See, hair. Because again, like when I pull my hair, it releases dopamine, a chemical that basically makes you happy. So it relieves the anxiety symptoms. So if I'm doing like that, or I'm pulling my hair or anything, that's why, you know why. But I try and refrain myself from doing that, because that in one way is letting the anxiety take hold. But yeah, I mean, it's good to talk about stuff. Retroboot this says, and as Kirsten says, I agree, you have to push yourself through it, or you can never get over it. I mean, oh my god, I mean, I stopped driving in the beginning. I was driving before the anxiety and before the Lyme disease, well, the disease, but then I stopped driving for months, and then I had to get driving again and all that sort of stuff, and that was really hard for me, and driving is still hard for me. Even though I probably don't show it that much. I mean, I've only started filming me driving recently because I was a little bit nervous about filming in the car and stuff like that. Just because of what people have said on videos, like they've left nasty comments and stuff. But generally what I think is, if you're filming in the car, as long as you're looking at the road, then, you're okay, you're fine, really. It's just like having a passenger in the car. But yeah, anyway, that's a different story. That's just another thing, a reason why I didn't want to start filming in the car. But anyway, I'm okay now because my mum sits in the passenger side and she will film me in the car anyway. Nice one. I find buying at car boots anxious. Oh, I don't. I love it. I love the buzz, Yeah, I don't know. I just love. I do. I love it. I started off a bit anxious with it. It was something that I did find a little bit hard, but I think I just like the bartering. Sourcing is, for me, the biggest anxiety killer. It just kills it dead. you're lucky. Right, I'll do the pickups. Because we're getting on now. So I'll do the pickups. But I was just, I was looking at this, right? Don't know where you can see that. It was a big, like a kiddie. Oh, what's it called now? Kiddieland Disney buggy. Lights and sounds and everything. Really, really cool item. And you look at that, and then it all just goes away, and you think, oh, I love this. This is awesome. Paid £2 for that, by the way. I hope it was in the frame. Yeah, so I paid £2 for that. I'm really not sure what I can get back. I just took a punt on it at £2. I wasn't going to leave that. I don't think there will have been any sold. I did try and I did type one phrase in, but nothing came up because I really wasn't sure actually how to like research it on my phone. So I thought £2, I'm having it anyway, So yeah, I think it would probably be. I'm trying to think of a price because I really don't know. It might not even be on eBay. It may be 20 to 30 in that range, maybe a bit more than 30. I'll push however high I can get. Needs a bit of a clean up, but God, it's a cool thing. Someone's got to have that for a kid for between 20 and 30 quid, surely. If not a bit more, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does need a bit of a clean up, but yeah, happy with that. Next, I got this. Oh no, I got 2 textbooks. $1.99 each. Here we go. A bit of a tapas, David says. Yeah, take a punt and see. Yeah, definitely. But for £2, you can't argue with that. Bloody hell, it's so good. Just like I was expecting to say £10, and to be honest, I would have had a long thought about it at £10. I would have thought, you know what, then get 30 or 35, 40 out of it. I might do it. But yeah, anyway, so a few textbooks, a new reference grammar of modern Spanish. I think that one goes for £15 on FBA, 80,000 in books, so a fairly good rank indeed. 501 Spanish verbs, $1.99. Don't know if you can see that quite because I've not got my camera screen up. Again, $1.99, £20 for that one, or just about. Maybe sort of like 19, but with one on at 20, I might undercut him by a few pence and get it shifted. 71,000 in books, so again, perfect rank, fine that is. I got another one of these. Well, it's a similar one. It's not obviously exactly the same, but again, this is a £30 item. I would say. I'd say like 30 comfortably. Like it will sell fairly quick for 30 plus postage. That is, might push 40. And this is. Oh, let me just get my camera screen up because I can't see where I am in the frame. It's like a Combat UK XL, like a. I don't think it is. Oh, Special Forces. Yeah, it is. Special Forces Assault Schmock. I can never pronounce that. But yeah, nice item. I love these. I love photographing them. They're so easy to photograph. I've only ever had 2. I've only ever had another one. So, but I loved it when I was processing it. And yeah, just a nice item to deal with. Good condition overall. And yeah, that's that. Just really nice, laden with pockets. So is that the right word, laden? I've literally not said that word in like, oh my God, like 6 years. That is, when you say a word and then you just think, when was the last time I actually used that word? That must have been like 5 or 6 years ago since I used that word. But yeah, used that word. So that's that one anyway. So yeah, that was quite nice. Now I went on a house pick. I know that Lonnie in the chat has done one. I'm sure David, you might have done one as well. I've done a couple of these now where you go to a house and you sort of go through the stuff, all that stuff, and basically pick out some good bits. This guy, he was a former reseller. He knew what he had. There's a lot more of it in the other room, and there's some elsewhere as well. But I didn't want to get it all out. I didn't want to show it all to you. There is some fantastic bits though. There's an Elvis inboxed, like sealed. Actually, no, it won't show it. It won't show up. I was going to hold it up to the camera. It might. Oh, actually, that just showed up then. Well, it's basically an Elvis inbox model, like a corgi model. Really nice. Like, really nice. One sec. Yeah, it might show up. Now, my phone doesn't tilt round, like, doesn't do the camera, like the photo tilt round thing. So, oh no, it's not going to show up. Oh, yeah, you can see it a bit. Can you see that? I don't know if you can, but it's like an Elvis Corgi Thunderbird 1 model. And the best thing is, it's actually, the box is open, but it's sealed inside, like the action figure's sealed inside. Really cool. Corgi Classics model. Got it for £5, and I've got that on for 30, I think. So, yeah, happy with that. That was really nice find. I got, and this is going to be the thumbnail. Uh-oh. Damn it, I've not brought it in. What? I'll be back in like 1 second, but you've got to see this. You ready for the thumbnail? Right, here's going to be the thumbnail. I found one, finally. I know it wasn't in the wild, but still. Yeah! How awesome! Now I paid £20 for this. It's not complete. There are a fair few bits missing. Hopefully I'll get about 50 or 60 out of it. I know like you can get 100 complete. But yeah, that, oh my God. I had to pick it up for 20. I just had to because I wanted one. So yeah, I'd say 50, maybe 60. But yeah, I couldn't leave it. I know it's not like a mega profit margin. I mean, it's a respectable profit margin, don't get me wrong. But I wasn't going to leave it for 20. I can still make some money on that. And it's one of them things that I wanted to pick up. So yeah, that's that one. But as I say, it's not quite complete. Got a fair few little bits missing. Well, that's that for 20 from the house pick again. Let me just see the comments rolling in. That might be a few minutes delay. Oh, here we go. Boom. Yeah, boom. Big bit of time. What phone do you use? Just an iPhone 5. I'm going to update all my tech at the end of the year when I get my nice little fourth quarter sales boom, because that's always nice. So once I get my fourth quarter sales boom, well, if I get my fourth quarter sales boom, but I am quite confident that I will, as long as I put in the work, then, oh, hey, yes, I finally got a ka-ching on blue. Oh my God. Oh, yes. You know that Micro Machines van I picked up? Did I show it? Yeah. Micro Machines van I picked up from a jumble sale. It's gone for £31. Yes. Boom. Done. Happy with that. You know, the long Micro Machines van. It was in my haul video if you didn't see it. The one where I got the dead fox, or the dead Arctic fox. Yeah, so iPhone 5, I'm going to update my tech. Update my tech at the end of the year, come December. Going to get a new PC. I might get a laptop. I might go for a laptop, and I'm going to get a new phone. So, but I don't need them yet. I've had this phone for maybe a year and a half, something like that. 2 years, maybe. I don't think quite 2 years, though, to be honest. And I've had that laptop for 2 years. So come, you know, end of the year, it'll be getting on for 3 years. And that's what I sort of like. 2 or 3 years. I like that sort of range for my tech, updating my tech. So, yeah. And especially with things progressing so fast at the moment. Yeah, so that's that anyway from the house pick. I paid 15 on this Ghost Castle. Ads is blowing up. I paid 15 on this Ghost Castle, and I should get 40 for that. It's not new and sealed. It's complete, sorry. Don't know why I wanted to say new and sealed. Yeah, but it's complete. Box is a little bit of wear, but nothing really. It's fine, to be honest. So 15 to 40, still an okay profit margin. That'll be 40 plus postage. But you know, I was happy on that to pick it up. I knew when I was going to the house I would be paying up a bit, so that's fine. But you know, as I say, it's still respectable profit margins. get an iPhone 7, they're great. Oh god, yeah, but I don't need one. This is the thing, people get all these things that they want, but do you need them? That's like I'm happy with the stuff I have, and I'm not going to spend an excessive amount on a phone or this or that just because I want it. I know you can get contracts and you can get like £30 a month for an iPhone 7 or whatever it is, I don't know. But I don't like to buy things like that. I like to buy them outright. So when I buy a phone, when I buy a computer, it will be bought outright. I'm just like that. I like to buy things and know that I own them. My dad's quite the opposite. He's like, well, no, he isn't the opposite. Obviously, he likes to own things, but he doesn't think that people should be allowed to own things or something. I don't know. But he has some firm morals with that. There's a guy like in the 1800s. He's had a quote by. It's a quote by a guy in the 1800s that he likes. I don't know. No man should be allowed. No, it's not that. No, that's just me saying the phrase. But no, there is a quote that he likes from a guy in the 1800s, and he always paraphrases it to me like, "Yeah, that you can never own this and all that sort of stuff." But anyway, he's just an odd one, my dad. Oh yeah, that was the question. Special guests. Do you want to see any special guests in the next week? I have the opportunity to get a few different people on video. So special guests or no special guests. Love the feeling when you see something you're going to make. Love the feeling when you see something you know is going to make you pound. Oh, right, okay. I couldn't read that then. Get out of my salon, kid. Billy. Get out of my salon. Oh, saloon. Oh, salon. Right, next I got a Mega Drive, the Japanese one, but obviously it's got its PAL adapter, I think it is, or something on there. Really nice condition box and really nice condition inside. He said he had tested it, all that sort of stuff. And I really do. I trust this guy to the extent that you can trust someone in business. I've known him for 18 months or about 18 months. I see him like 3 times a week. So I'm quite happy that when he says he's tested it, it is tested. And even if there is a problem with it, as I say, I see him like 3 times a week anyway. So I can go straight to him and say, look, you said this was tested, working, it's not. So I'm quite happy with that. I paid 30 on that, which I'm fairly happy to pay. Probably get about, I'd want to push 70 or 80 really. I've seen one sell at 60, but I would want to push a little bit more just to get the profit margin. Profit margin would be a bit better. And I think that's not unrealistic, 70 or 80. I don't think it's unrealistic. So, yeah. I mean, it might even be might be able to get a slight bit more than that, but yeah. So that's that anyway. Really nice condition. Little bit of marks to the box, but nothing terrible. Nothing, for the age, it is really nice. And then finally, I got a load of vintage Action Man clothing, like a ton. Like an absolute ton. You can see there, all vintage 60s Action Man clothing. You can tell that it's made fairly well. I mean, this one isn't in good condition because of its age, but you can tell it's made really well. I don't know whether you see that. We are not owners, just custard hands. No, it's not that one, unfortunately. That is not the saying, unfortunately. I don't know who it was by, I can't remember, but right, let's just see if you can see that. Yeah, so it's nice. It's got all these little buttons on it and everything. Really, really cool. Can you see that? Really, really cool. And I got all that for 50 quid. Now, it sounds like a hell of a lot. There was 2 figures in it, and there was like a hell of a lot of guns and boots. I think I'm going to clear about 150 to 200 on that job lot. And I am pretty comfortable with that. So, I am pretty comfortable in the fact that I will do that. So 50 quid into 150 to 200. Yeah, happy with that. I'll just get out a couple of other bits from it. We've got, again, this one. Some of them aren't in the best of condition, We've got this little army jacket here. Just really cool 60s stuff, you know. This is the sort of stuff I'd love to pick up, you know, like on a regular basis, but you just don't see it that often anymore, you know. Maybe at auctions, you know, once I start going to a few more auctions, I'll find a bit of it. Let me just see if I can't get a few more bits out of here for you. We've got metal, like, shoe guards or shoe holders or something. I don't know. But I don't know what they'd actually be used for. Maybe, I don't want to say in snow. I don't think they'd be made, you know, used for in snow. But these are actually made of metal. So obviously in the 60s, some bits and bobs were made of metal, which is cool. I don't know whether you're not allowed to make toys out of metal. No, I don't. No, I don't. That can't be right. But I was just thinking. I was wondering why we don't make toys out of metal anymore. There must be a reason. I bet it's obvious. But I don't know. But yeah, there was them in there. There was loads of these little hats, which I loved. This is like a beret. Just a ton of. Some of it's already downstairs. It's all listed, all that sort of stuff. It's all spread out over the house, to be honest. But yeah, really cool. I was annoying my mum because as soon as I got home, I was like, I want to get that Action Man stuff out. And then I just tipped it all over the kitchen table, and I was just rifling through it for about half an hour. Just like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And just looking at all the little guns and everything. Some fantastic money in it though. So yeah, that's that anyway. So I've got that little bag. I'll just show you the bag here. So that little bag. I remember there's a few other bits in it, as I say, but they're away now. Maybe they were boots for a diver. Oh yeah, that could be it. Out of lead back then. They made kids' toys out of lead back then. Is that not poisonous lead? Am I right in saying that? It's I don't know. Maybe they were boots for a diver, you know, so he could walk on the ocean floor. Very true. Yeah, it could be a diver. I've got a diver's suit in there actually. Maybe I haven't got a diver's suit, but I've got a diver's helmet that's already listed. I don't know what they are. These look like blooming, you know, like a nuclear site sort of get up they do, you know, from a nuclear power plant or something. But, you know, just a ton of stuff. I don't know whether that's anything. That's a little, what do you call it, like a hammer thing? I don't know. But yeah, that's everything. So, yeah, topic for next week is... What was it now? I'll have to go up again. What was it? Topic for... Targets. That was it. Targets. So, reseller Odie. Yeah, it was Victorian and Edwardian times when toys were made from lead. Wow. Yeah, so topic for next week is Target. So I will see you obviously in Thursday Talks next week. I will be doing a vlog over the weekend. So just quickly now, who would like to see some more special guests like on the vlogs in the future? Because I did that one with my dad in, and it's like got a crazy, like I put the thumbnail as my dad, and literally it's been out for like 24 hours, and it's got like more views in that 24 hours than any other video has got in 24 hours, I think, except maybe the 50 charity shops one. But yeah, that just blew up that bit, you know, my dad's vlog, the vlog where my dad was in, that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's got like 500 odd views in like a day. That's really good. So Lonnie said yes to guests. Right, so I will figure out a few people to put in the vlogs in the next few days then. I just think that will freshen things up on the channel a little bit. This channel is very ads-centric and ad-centric. That's great. I need to copyright that word. Ads-centric instead of eccentric. But no, I mean it's very centered around me. And I think, you know, that's great because it's my channel and everything, and that's who you come to see. But it can get a bit boring when it's just one-sided and it's just me and it's just like, you know. So I'm thinking, yeah, I will do. I've got a few people who I think could come on, so that'd be quite nice. I've actually printed off, 1 second, let me see if I can't get these. No, they're not there. 1 sec. No, I can't find them. I've printed off a non-disclosure agreement or something. I don't know. A release form. So anyone who's in my videos, like, you know, like properly in my videos, like speaking and talking to me and stuff, I'm gonna sign. They can sign one of them. So it's just so that then I'm doing it properly. Because I thought to myself, right, hang on a minute, I'm doing YouTube as a hobby, which is great, but should I really be treating it as a little bit of a more formal business thing? Not necessarily that I will be more formal on videos, because that's not my demographic. That's not who I am. That's not who I'm targeting. That's not what my niche is about. You know, that's not what it's all about at the end of the day. But I'm meaning the way I go about the sort of the behind the scenes thing. Should I be a bit more formal about it? And just so that then I cover myself and, you know, I make sure that I'm doing everything the correct way. So yeah, I did print out one of it, you know, a couple of them release forms. So I may look into getting people to sign them and just do all that. So I did look into all that, and what was it? The location release forms or whatever they're called. So then you can film at certain locations. Now I wouldn't obviously do this if I was just literally going around town and filming the outsides of every building, because then I'd have to go in and, you know, if I was doing it that way, it'd be just like I'd end up going into every different store. So yeah, I wouldn't do it if I was just filming the outside of buildings. But if I was like actually filming at a location, like a charity shop, for like a considerable amount of time, like, you know, 10, 20, 30 minutes, and then interviewing people and all that, then I'd probably do it. Lloyd says, lol, ad-centric, was looking for a word to describe you. That's it. Yeah, it just popped for me, that did. YouTube is officially a commercial endeavor with AdSense revenue, so that's smart. Yeah, I just think it needs to be done. As I say, I mean, I do want to, if I can pluck up the courage, to go into a charity shop. I know a lot of the managers of charity shops near me, and I want to go in, and I really do, because I know them. You know, I know them really well, and I'm sure they do it. I want to go in and just maybe do a little interview with them, or just even film them for a little bit. But it's kind of a bit, I just find it hard to pluck up the courage to say, you know, I've got a YouTube channel. Could I film you for a little bit and all this sort of stuff? It just, I don't know. It just, to me, it seems a little bit intrusive, a little bit weird. It just sounds a bit, I don't know. But I mean, you know, Pete does it all the time, Craigslist Hunter, and God knows how many other people do it on YouTube all the time. So yeah, anyway, I don't know, but I want to do that. I want to do like a little charity shop manager interview or something. Yeah, so yeah, I just realized Lonnie put AdSense again. But no, I can't find them forms. They must be in the bottom of there somewhere, but I did print them out. Your nan, who you go charity shops with, yeah, I can get my grandma on, yeah. She'll be coming around like Saturday or Sunday, so I can get her on quite easy. I can get a few of my friends on and stuff like that. So I just think it makes it more interesting. And the vlogs or the videos I've got special guests on, they've not necessarily like really outperformed all the other videos or anything, but I think it just it gives more engagement. I think people like it more. I think people are happy to see other people in videos, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there, guys, because we're just coming up to over an hour now, or we're just coming up to an hour. So, you know, that's about right for Thursday Talks. I've got to get on actually now. I want to get about 20 listings up today. Did 22 yesterday. I did 6 on Tuesday. But the reason I only did 6 on Tuesday was because I did a 45-item Amazon shipment or something. It wasn't a big shipment, but I just wanted to get it out. I wanted to get it gone. And then on Monday, I got 31 listings up, which is awesome for me. That's crazy. And a lot of them, because they have a £10 plus postage minimum, a lot of them were, you know, like 20, 30 quid items. So, you know, times the maybe like say 22 23 were maybe 20 to 30 pound items, so let's call it 25 quid. That is 22 times by the 25, that's 250, about 550 quid of listed value just in those 22, and then probably another 9, the remaining 9, probably at £10 plus postage, so another 117, something like that. So 117 plus 550 is 667. So £667 worth of listed value. I'm fairly happy with that. Obviously, I am trying to hit those higher, like even more than 30 quid items. And I've got a few here that'll go on. But I am looking heavily for like the 50 to £100 items, because my inventory has gone down quite drastically with those sort of higher value. Oh, again! He knocked awesome. Oh my God, I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm so good. Oh my God, that is so awesome. Oh God, you don't even know. Like literally this week, I've had so many problems. Yes, they've been like so small little problems, but I've had so many problems, and I'm just there like solving them all, like kicking him right in me behind. You know, I'm like, boom, get out of here. You're not a problem anymore. Yes. Right. Okay. I'll say bye. I know I've just literally just come back on, but yeah, I'll say bye. I am very, very sorry about the interruption in the stream. I do not know what that is. I have got quite a lot of tabs open, so it could have been something to do with that. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you probably in a vlog before anything. No, maybe a sales update. I've not done a sales update in a few days, so yeah, maybe a sales update. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you very soon. 1 second. Right, there we go. See you very soon, guys.